the rationale behind this is that accountability. A job exists to achieve an end result. That's the accountability. There is an end result from each position we require. The higher the end result, the more accountability, the higher grade. To achieve this end result, position holder must address problems, create, analyze, and apply judgment. It's about complexity. The more complex the position, the job is, the higher grade. And to be able to take this accountability, do this creation and analysis, the position holder needs a certain kind of competence and experience to do. The higher requirement the position has on this, the higher grade. Okay? Now, we will have 5 different levels of positions. We have unskilled, skilled, professional, management, and executives. The 5 criteria applies approximately like this, to get an idea. Let's go and check what's behind the levels, because there are, for each level, there is some grades. And in our case, we will have 14 grades. 14 grades on these 5 levels. Now, today we have like 200 different positions in the company. It's too much to manage and to guarantee the equity. And certainly, when I want to create this competence model for each of the positions also, it would become too complex. So I'm applying heavy standardization on this. What I'm in the process of doing, I will standardize julphar's positions to 12 positions. Only 12 positions. And each of you will be slotted and checked against the criteria and put into one of those grades and position, or put into one of these positions, and thereby automatically you will get a certain grade, and thereby a salary between here and here. So standard positions, everybody will be slotted into one of those, and that will automatically give you the salary scale, salary band within where your salary should be. Now, let's bring down the expectations then. And bring them to a realistic level. My aim with the grading exercise is not to go massive salary adjustments around the whole company. That's not my aim. My aim with the grading is to make sure that you know why you are on grade 5 and he is on grade 6. That is my aim. So that I can motivate clearly and transparently why somebody is on 5 and another one is on 6. I'll talk a little bit more about the salaries behind this. But this is how it looks like. Now, again, I feel really bad that I haven't done more on this, but I'm working on it. It will take some time. I've started with the headquarters or the administration building, and I've done 4 or 5 departments now, but I'm doing 1,000 other things also. So it takes a little bit time. A normal company of this size, by the way, when they introduce grading for this big company, it takes 5 consultants full-time 6 months. I'm alone and I'm doing it, an hour here and there. But I'm working on it and it's coming. Now, I've done 4 or 5 departments. I'm not publishing them yet because I can't do it. I need to do the calibration. For each group, I do groups, then I calibrate within the department. Then I do each department, and before everybody has done, I can't launch it because I need to do the calibration across the whole organization, all departments. I'm working on it, it's coming. One of the aims, the end result of the grading will be new job descriptions for everybody. And later on, we will complement those job descriptions with standard competence model for each of the standard positions. What I also want to do is a career path, transparent career path. I want to be able to show people that we have a technical career, we have a management career, we have a administrative career, and we have some kind of medical or something else career. Now, the idea here is that this will also be completely transparent for everybody. I have a guy here who is dreaming of becoming a senior engineer when he grows up. What he can do, he can go to the HR homepage, click on the job description of a senior engineer, and see what are the requirements. And once we have the competence model also, he can look through the whole competence model. And then he can sit in the performance assessment with his manager to discuss career progression in a more, structured way. That's the, the vision, the end result, but that's going to take, at least 2 years to get there. But that's the idea that I'm working on. Now, for you who saw this slide before, forget this. This has nothing to do with reality. It's just numbers that I put to show some numbers, so just forget that. What I want to show with this one is that the grading is standard and same in all functions and all countries. And it's non-negotiable. I will be the guardian of the equity of this. Meaning that if you want to hire somebody, you need to convince me that it's a grade 10 and not a grade 9. If I'm not convinced, sorry, it's not going to happen. But there is clear criteria which you can read and I can read, and then we discuss that. So, grading, same, all functions, all countries. On top of that, there will be salary scale, which will differ from country to country. From country to country. And that will change every year, by the way, based on the assessment of the company performance. But it's different from country to country and change every year. Now, let me try to explain this. How to minimize the subjectivity in salary setting. You want to hire a product manager. You come to me with a job description, your organization charts, and we check against the criteria. Okay? Does he meet the requirements for level or grade 9 or 8? Then we agree if he can convince me that it's a 9. That means that the product manager will get a salary, grade 9, between here and here. Completely independent on the person. We don't even know who's going to take on this position yet because we don't even have CVs for that. I don't care. A change will happen. Today we are giving salaries based on persons. That will change. In the new system, it's the judgment of the relative value of the position. So when we agree that you want to have a new product manager, we agree that it's a grade 9. Grade 9, the salary will be from here to here. Now, in the second step, once we get the CVs and you are interviewed and we have a final candidate, and we need to decide this person's salary. Then we look at the individual and see, is he a low, medium, or a high? Because there will be 3 levels in each salary band. Based on how much he's filling these requirements, we put him either low, medium, or high. Now what this means is that we go from the salary scale subjectivity or potential subjectivity. I'm not saying that it is, I'm saying potential. Now there is still this much subjectivity in the salary setting, but it's much less than it was, right? I can't get rid of the subjectivity completely, it's always there. But we will try to lessen it. And this is the methodology we will try to do it. You understand? Okay, and the third one is the salary increment. Well, that you know how we will do. So now you have an idea how the company salary levels are put, how the individual salaries will be set, and how they implement students. And that concludes my presentation. So, what will happen now, hopefully within already tomorrow, but absolutely not later than Sunday. You will get an email. You will go on and log on that web page. When you log on that web page, there is a list of names, and there is few different pages where you can also do follow-up on which you have assessed or not. The assessment you do by clicking on the name, then you come to the assessment form. Then you fill that. And this needs to be done before end of December. So please get going with it. And please read the slides here, because they are pretty much self-explanatory, and they give you some ideas, because you really need to prepare. You can't just call your employees and sit, because there needs to be a dialogue. So you need to book an hour, just in case, and prepare yourself. Write up what you want to say and how you are assessing this person before you start up with it. Any questions?
So this person be sitting with me at the same time every one
Okay,
time?
good point. Yeah, good point. Several companies have, you sign for it. I want to keep it as easy as possible. Now, you are the boss. It's not a democracy. If you think this person is 2, then he is a 2. I don't want any signature. Not for now, at least. You are the boss, you make the call. But I insist on you having a dialogue and listening to your employees, because he might have some points, constructive criticism, remember. There are things that your employees know about you, for instance, that you don't know. So you need to sit down with them, have a dialogue, but in the end of the day, you are the boss. So you make the decision. But I would say, have a discussion and show him what you do, so he knows which grade he gets. Okay? Thank you. Good luck.